A very good morning, my dear students. Hope you all are doing great. My dear students, do you remember what we have done in our last class? We have started module 2 and from there we have done 2 section, right? The word dictation, where we have written few sentences, and also jumble word and spellings. And also we have touched a very short portion of punctuations. Yes? So my dear students, we learned in our last class that what is the importance of the correct spellings. Yes, and what were the punctuation marks that we have learned in class 2. So my dear students, today we will be doing punctuation in details. So moving forward towards the punctuation, let's see what is the objective of today's punctuation class. So here is the main objective of today's class, punctuation. To know the proper use of punctuation marks in a sentence. My dear student, do you remember in my last class I told you about the facial expressions, right? A person who is next to you or with whom you are doing a conversation easily understands what you want to say, but it differs when you try to write it in a sentence. Yes, if you don't use the punctuation marks in its proper way, right? So today we will be learning how to use the punctuation marks in a proper way. Got it? Okay, so let's move to the punctuation marks. So we are having here 4 punctuation marks, right? So before that, my dear students, do you recognize these symbols? What is this symbol? It is a full stop, right? So what full stops stand for? A full stop help us to end a sentence, right? Okay, what is the next symbol? It is a question mark. So what is the function of a question mark? Can you tell me? A question mark help us to ask a question. Like suppose you want something from your mama. You are writing and suddenly your pencil is what? Shortened, right? And you want something from your mama, that mama, can you give me a new pencil? So how can you ask that? Mama, can I get a new pencil? Yes, so you are asking something from your mama. In there you'll end this sentence with a question mark. While verbally talking, we don't say that, Mama, I want something and question mark. Do you say that? No. Yes, but when you have to write something and make other understand, in that process or in that statements, you have to put a question mark for the question framing sentences. Got it? Okay. So come to the third symbol. What is it? Can you tell me? What is it? It's a comma. Okay. So, what is a comma now? We have done capital letters in class 2. Yes. We have done question mark 2. Yes. And also full stop. So, ma'am is talking about something, comma. So, what is a comma now? Yes. So, comma are the symbols that are used to separate more than 2 or 3 words, sometimes sentences too. Okay, suppose you have a lot of different types of chocolates with you. Yes, look, my mouth is filled with water when I talk about chocolates. Okay, so what you have a Dairy Milk, you have a Kit Kat, you have like 5 star. Yes, you have 3 chocolates with you. Now you have to say to your friend. Okay, suppose your friend is just standing next to you. You can show directly that I have 3 chocolates. Yes, your friend will easily understand that. But you are writing a letter to your friend now. Okay, and you want to say that what were things you have with you. Got it? So how will you say? I have Dairy Milk, 5 star, then Kit Kat. Yes, then what your friend will understand? What? He has only 1 chocolate, naming all this? No. Yes? How will you make them understand? Okay, Ramesh, I have a Cadbury with me, comma, a 5 star and a Kit Kat with me. So Ramesh will understand very easily. Okay, Suresh has 3 chocolates with him. Yes, so I want to say this, that whenever you are speaking something to a person who is standing next to you, it's very easily to make them understand, right? But again, while using punctuation in a sentence, yes, only then your friend or whom you want to make it understand will understand what you want to say. Got it? Yes. So come to the 4th symbol. Do you feel angry? Sometimes. Do you feel happy? Very often. Right? Do you feel very disgusting, very annoying? Very, you can say never or sometimes. Yes? So, what will help us to make other understand that what you are feeling when you are surprised, yes, when you are sad, and when you are happy. So the next symbol, okay, is going to make others understand what type of feeling you are going through. Okay, so what is the symbol? It is an exclamation mark. So exclamation marks help us to express certain feelings that we are having with us, like anger, right? Happiness, sadness, or surprise. Got it? My dear students, there are many other emotions or feelings where you can show it by an exclamation mark, like a feeling of joy, a feeling of pain. Yes, how you can show it? You can show it by, I'm just giving an example, okay? Ouch, I hurt my knee. Yes, so in this sentence you are showing that you are going through a pain. Suppose surprise, you are very excited about something, okay? So how can you say that? Wow, such a lovely gift. Yes, you are very excited and you just got that, right? So you are very surprised and also you are very excited. Suppose you want to say something that is very disgusting, that you are not feeling that. Okay, how you can say, what a horrible smell. Yes, so you put an exclamation mark after that. So my dear student, some sentences are such where you have to put the exclamation mark before a particular word. Like wow, when we say wow, we just put an exclamation mark after that. Or sometimes it happens that when we end a sentence, we put the exclamation mark at the end of it. Hope you all got it about the 4 punctuation marks that we have in our book. Yes, my dear students, we will be doing one more punctuation mark, okay, that is the apostrophe. But before that, we will move to the exercises that we have in our book.
My dear students, let's see what we have in page number 12. So page number 12, we have many words always start with a capital letter. We can use acronyms, means M-I-N-T-S, means to help us remember when to use capital letters. My dear students, I have told you about capital letters, right? So capital letters are used at the beginning of a sentence, right? So we will just learn about now means the acronym, okay? It will help us to know where to use the capital letters. But before that, we will learn about what are acronyms. It is a new word, right? So acronyms are shortened forms of words or phrases. For an example, if I have to say SFS, the word sounds familiar? Yes, what is it? SFS. What is it? St. Francis de Sales Higher Secondary School, right? Okay, if I have to give one more example, then ATM. So, Is the word familiar? So what is the meaning of ATM? Automated teller machine. Okay, so acronyms are the words that are used for shorten the words or phrases. Got it? Okay, so let's see now what is means. So capital letters that we use in a sentence, right? So how can we recognize where to use? So M for months, names of days, right? So months of a year are always written in capital letter. For example, our exams are in November. Yes, the names of days. Sunday is my favorite day of the week. So all the 7 days of a week are written in capital letter. So come to the word I. So I is a pronoun and it is used in capital letter wherever it may be in the sentence. So let's look the 2 examples that we have here. I have a new pet. So here I, as we begin as the first letter of a sentence, it is capital. But coming to the second sentence, it was raining and I did not have an umbrella. Right? Can you see? I is in the middle of a sentence, but even it is written in capital letter. The word I is always written in capital letter wherever it may be in the sentence. Coming to N. Special names given to people, states, cities, and countries. Proper noun. Do you remember that we have done in module 1? Proper nouns, common nouns. Yes, so proper nouns are always written in capital letter. For an example, my pal Ranu lives in Sydney, Australia. So pen pal are the friends, if I have to say how you form, by writing only letters. You don't see them, but you become friend only by writing letters to each other. So my pen pal Ranu lives in Sydney, Australia. So can you see the highlighted words here? Ranu, name of a person. Yes, so it's a proper noun. Again, Sydney, Australia. So in here, the 3 highlighted words are proper noun. Come to the second example. I want to go to Srinagar during the holidays. So Srinagar is again the proper noun and name of a city. Yes. So come to T now. T goes here for titles of books and movies. For an example, I'm going to see Harry Potter today. Have you watched that movie? I guess you have, right? So it is a name of a movie and the names of movies are always written in capital. Then the next example is Feluda is my favorite book. So remember, my dear children, that names of books are always written in capital. Yes? So as start of sentences. So this is very familiar for us, right? We already came to know that starting of a sentence is always written with capital letter. Like Dia has a new pet. His name is Tuffy. Yes? So can you see the highlighted? In here, Dia is the starting of a sentence. Dia is a name and it is the starting word of the sentence. So it is written in capital. Same with his. His is a pronoun, as we have started here. In the beginning of a sentence, we have started their age with capital. Hope you all understood and also learned where to use capital letters. Hope my dear students means it's clear for you. So here exercise 3.1, rewrite the paragraph given below with correct punctuation marks and capital letters wherever required. The first part is done for you, is a homework for you all. Till now we have learned the punctuation marks in very detailed, right? Like the exclamation mark, question mark, capital letters, full stop, comma. Yes, so what you have to do here, you have to use the correct punctuation marks and capital letters and rewrite the paragraph. Got it? Okay, so this is your homework.
So my dear students, now we will begin the apostrophe. But before beginning that, I just want to ask you, do you remember what are singulars and plurals? I guess you do remember that, right? So, what are singular? Singular mean one, right? And what are plurals? Plurals means many. Yes, so we will be dealing with this in our coming module. We will be learning more about singular and plural. Why have I started singular now? Because it will help us to know more about apostrophe. We will be doing apostrophe for singular possession. Okay? We will be doing apostrophe for singular possession. Right? Okay, suppose if I have to give an example of singular, what it will be? Boy. A boy. I'm talking about only a boy. Okay? And plural, boys. Okay? B-O-Y. Boy for singular. B-O-Y. S for plural. So we have added there only one S to make from one to many. Okay? Like again, girl. G-I-R-L. Girl. One. Girls. G-I-R-L-S. Many. Got it? Okay. So now come to apostrophe. Behind me you can see the symbols I have drawn here. One is apostrophe. Yes. And down to that I have written here comma. And the symbol is this. Yes. Few minutes back we have done comma. I told you what is the role of a comma or what is the function of comma. Yes, comma help us to separate words or sentences. Yes, got it clear everyone? Okay, so what is the work of apostrophe? Both of them looks alike but not. Yes, so what is the difference? What you can say if I have to say what are apostrophe? Yes, apostrophe help us to show the belonging of anything to any noun. Remember, okay, noun. Yes, name of a person, place, animal or thing. Yes, that is a noun. Yes, okay. Suppose for an example, this is my pen. Okay, this is my pen. If you have to say the sentence to others, can you say the same thing? This is my pen. No, ma'am is showing this pen. Means what? This is ma'am's pen. Yes? Ma'am's pen. Got it? This is ma'am's pen. As I told, so in here I have given this symbol, the apostrophe. Okay, so apostrophe help us to show the belonging of a thing to that noun. Okay, name of a person. In here, ma'am denotes to a person. Okay, that is your teacher. Right? So how can we show that apostrophe and the belonging? We just add one S with the apostrophe. Okay, so whenever we have to show someone's belonging, we don't only put this symbol. Along with that, we also give S. Okay, we also write down there S. So apostrophe is always goes with one S. Okay, so apostrophe S. You might have heard this word, but you haven't used it. Yes, so apostrophe help us to show the belonging of a noun. Okay?
So my dear students, hope you all understood what is apostrophe. So apostrophe is used to show that something belongs to someone, right? So in here you can see 3 pictures in page number 13. Rita's new shoes, the new shoes that belong to Rita. Second picture is Fred's house, the house that belongs to Fred. The third picture is Ali's guitar, the guitar that belongs to Ali. So in here, Rita, Fred, Ali, the 3 nouns are in singular. Yes? So whenever we have to add something to singular nouns possession, in there we use apostrophe S. So hope you all understood what is apostrophe for singular possession. So come to exercise 3.2. So 3.2 here is rewrite the sentences by correctly using apostrophe for possession. One is done for you. The first one is the new t-shirt of Sahil is nice. Answer goes Sahil's new t-shirt is nice. Have you seen in here how it's written? Sahil's means Sahil apostrophe S. New t-shirt is nice. As we are showing a belonging of Sahil, in there we are giving an apostrophe with Sahil's name, right? Like Sahil's new t-shirt. Got it? Come to question number 2 now. The watch that belongs to Bilal is old. Answer is Bilal's watch is old. So in here the watch belongs to Bilal. It is his possession, right? Come to number 3. The letters that belong to Rani fell on the floor. So what will be the correct answer? Rani's letters fell on the floor. Number 4. The bag of Roma is lost. So what will be the answer? Roma's bag is lost. So how we are going to write down? R-U-M-A apostrophe S. Roma's bag is lost. So we have 2 more sentences here, right? So what you are going to do? You are going to do question number 5 and 6 by yourself, right? So I'm going to just read out the sentence of number 5. The house of John is far from here. Yes? So number 6 now. The fields that belong to farmer are big. These 2 sentences, correct answer, you have to write it down and show it to me. Hope you all understood this.
So my dear students, what we have learned today? We have learned about punctuation. Yes, punctuation marks are the symbols that are used to make a sentence more easier to understand. Right? In there we have learned about 5 punctuation marks. First one is full stop. Right? Second is comma. Third is question mark. The fourth one is exclamation mark. And the fifth is apostrophe. Yes? Along with the capital letters. Right? So always remember, my dear students, that a sentence begins with a capital letter. In there, if we have a word more than that, we use there a pause to separate that using comma. Right? And we stop that with a full stop. Right? And suppose if a sentence is a question sentence, in there we just stop it by giving a question mark. A sentence again, if it shows certain feelings, feelings of joy, anger, pain, excitement or surprise, the sentences we end with an exclamation mark, right? Again, coming to the last symbol, apostrophe. Yes, what we do? We add apostrophe to show the belonging of a singular noun by adding s to it. So here we wrap up for today. In our next class, we will be doing the other sections of module 2. Thank you.